What's going on, everybody? I am Hope J, and welcome to the second episode of Kingdom Cuts. This week's episode is actually, I feel like it's going to be one of my favorites. It's only number two, but I actually enjoyed this conversation. I'm sitting down cutting this young man's hair. He is Daniel Humphrey. He is the owner and founder of Accelerated Cross Training Services here in St. Paul, North Carolina. I actually had a great conversation with him, and I know that you're going to be blessed by it. Daniel actually lives by the principle of God, family, and sports. That is what he lives, breathes, and eats, and you get to see that in his life today. I got chance before we actually had this cut and had this conversation just to tour his facility and look at what he's actually doing in the community. And not only for his community, but for abroad from other states around the country. So I know that you're going to be blessed. I know that it's going to enrich you. Please stay tuned through the whole conversation, because I promise you, you will find something that will enlighten you, that will inspire you. And then for all the parents that are watching, actually give this to your young kids, to your young boys, to your young girls, and letting them know that with God, all things are possible. And because sometimes things may seem difficult, tragedies may come, trials may come, you may get no's, you may get yeses, just know that with God, all things that are possible. That if you put it in your heart, God will make sure He put it in your hands, that He'll make sure that there's provisions for you. Everything that we need is inside of us, but we have to make sure that we have the ability to tap inside and pull that out to give birth to what He has promised and purpose for our life. So I hope and I know that you're going to be blessed. Grace and peace.
What's up? My name is Daniel Humphrey. I'm the owner of Accelerated Cross Training Services, or A.C.T.S for short. I've been doing this now since 2017 in St. Paul, North Carolina, my hometown. That's where I'm from. Right now, we're in our A.C.T.S Fitness Studio. Is where we do most of our indoor training at right here. We work on holistic training. We work on body exercise. We work on plyometrics. A lot of different stuff where you can get better at inside and outside. We got a 50 by 50 square foot sand pit outside where I work with a lot of my athletes at. And on the inside of here, we use this for a multi-purpose space, but we bring equipment in and out depending on how many athletes we have. But we do a lot of free work exercises, a lot of explosive exercises, and a lot of footwork exercises to help people take their game to the next level. If you look around a little bit, this is our little memory wall or past athletes that I used to train, work with, and there's plenty more where that come from, but this is just some of the ones that I got started with. We got different sports up there. With Accelerated Cross Training Services, the biggest word is cross, because we do more than just one sport. We don't like to limit ourselves. We like to show athletes that it needs to be you need to approach youth sports with a broad aspect. Don't just limit yourself to one sport. And, got some pictures of some of our camps over here and things of that nature. This one right here, we just have some little equipment that we usually drag out sometimes. I ain't gonna show you too much of that, but that's just a little bit of what we do right here. It's just like a little mini session that I do on my own before clients come in and stuff like that. As you see, I got some free weights, some benches and stuff like that. Got the mirror to make sure I check myself out, make sure I'm straight and things like that. But that's just a little bit about what we do on the inside. The biggest thing though, with what we do is family. All right, God and family is what I kind of base all my stuff off of, even though it's not in the name. But my family, without them, I wouldn't be here. So I make sure I'm able to look at that every time every time I look at that wall, every time I come in the gym, I'm able to see that. And then also too, we got some more stuff that's gonna be going up soon. Most recently, I just had my newborn son, Preston, and my family right here. Some of my nieces, nephews on here too. So that'll be going up next time you guys in here. And then lastly, I'm just gonna show y'all my office, past awards, past family pictures, past uniforms, all that good stuff. So that's just a little bit about the facility. We go more and more into it. If you want to come get a workout, 715 George Street. That's where we're at, St. Paul's, North Carolina. Summertime, this is the best place to be in North Carolina if you want to get better. Just going to be real, keep it simple, short. If you really want to see how it is, you'll see some B-roll later.
All right, Daniel. So St. Paul's is a small town.
Yeah.
People, we know that. So what do you think, in the most part, of what growing up in St. Paul's, what did that teach you?
Growing up in St. Paul's, taught me quite a few things to be honest, but really, you can make it anywhere. If you can make it here, you can kind of make it anywhere because there's not a lot of opportunity. You don't really see a lot. And growing up here, my mom, she did help us out, like as far as getting out and traveling. Like I done been as far as Alaska. Uh, I've been to Texas with my mom and stuff growing up. So I seen a lot of different stuff, being able to leave this small town. So coming back, I seen the world kind of like it's really all the same if you just apply yourself and do the things that you really want to do. So kind of being here, being sheltered in a small town, small community, uh, most people don't get to see that type of stuff, but being able to get out and see the world and being able to come home and still see some of the similar stuff, St. Paul just showed me like if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Being able to go out there and present yourself and make first impressions on people, showing people that you're not intimidated and things like that. A lot of stuff I had to learn just being here in St. Paul. So that's one thing St. Paul's really taught me. Just if you could do it here, you can do it anywhere. For real.
Do you think, when coming from a small town, coming from a poor county, when you started to elevate, go to other schools, and when traveling, not necessarily traveling that, but when you was in school on your journey, do you feel as at times that it played a part, like with your insecurity, or maybe people from other areas were more advanced or had a better opportunity, had better abilities?
That's funny you asked. I like that though. But me personally, like kind of the attitude that I was brought up on, like so a lot of things my dad taught me and or seeing, like I wasn't much so intimidated because I just feel like they put their pants on the same way I do. But having a lot of friends, just hearing people say, like, say for example, Fayetteville, the closest bigger city to us, they'd be like, "Oh, they from Fayetteville, man. They good at basketball, yo." Like, I work on my basketball game just like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't so much intimidated, but seeing a lot of people from this area, they do kind of get out and they are a little intimidated. They see things kind of like, oh, that might be too big for me or I can't do that. So that is a little syndrome that you could develop by being in a small area, small community, if you let it overtake you.
I like that because a lot of times, especially personally for me, when I went to college, coming from a small town, you got like, it's not say necessarily, but it is small-minded people.
Yep.
And you going into an area, I was top of my class, and you're talking about A student, rarely made a B.
Yeah.
So then when I got to college and I'm around other people from other areas and I'm in school, I realized that I ain't the only smartest one in the bunch, and my A necessarily was a C.
Yep.
So in certain parts of me sometimes, especially when I would talk to my parents, I'm like, it would be the struggle. Like, I don't know, I guess I had to get my confidence back up from being from this area. And I necessarily didn't want to tell people where I was from.
Yeah.
And I felt like sometimes that stifled me, and not being proud, or I felt more intimidated.
Gotcha.
So it's good, honestly, to hear that.
Yeah.
But because you're from this small town, who poured into you though? Like, where did you get that unction or that drive?
Growing up, I didn't have the financial resources and stuff like some people might have, but the luxury that I had was my family. My mama, she was there every day. My dad, he was there every day. My grandmother, both my grandmothers, but my grandma Dosha, she gave me a lot of life lessons growing up. She had a lot of wisdom and she passed it down to all of her grandkids. So those three people right there. Then I also had older siblings and older like cousins that were like siblings. So I learned a lot of things from them. And it kind of made me tougher in a way too, because it was just like they would talk to me like when I was real young, I'd be like, why y'all talking to me like this? But as I got older, it was kind of like it was out of love. You know what I'm saying? It was tough love. Yeah. So it was kind of like a thing like, all right, take this, and when you go out there to somebody else, don't be scared of nobody else. You know what I'm saying? One of my things when I was like 9 years old, I learned this. I taught myself this. Really, I was like, if I'm not scared of my dad, I'm not going to be scared of no other man. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
good.
that was just something that I kind of just tagged along as I got older, and then let it kind of like overpower me, intimidation by other people. My family just really poured into me a lot, and I thank them every day, really, for real.
All right.
Yep.
Now we're going to talk a little bit more so about resilience
Okay.
and grind.
All right.
And so in the building that we're in your gym, and what you're doing and for your organization and your group, what do you feel like is a thing that almost made you quit?
And we speak about the small town St. Paul's, and I elected to come back home and start a business, and that was one thing that kind of could have made me like say bump it, because I have a lot of connections outside of St. Paul's, but a lot of people that's here don't really want to see you make it. So everything, especially monetary wise, I did on my own.
Yeah.
No bank loans. Didn't really understand that stuff at 22 years old. No type of outside money funded coming in. So like I started off as a teacher. So a lot of my teacher salary went into what we in right now. You know what I'm saying? So that did kind of make me be like, should I just go be a trainer at somebody else's gym, or should I go, you know what I'm saying, sit back? Because I had a lot of people tell me like, why are you wasting your time? Why are you doing this? Why are you working with the kids and stuff like that? But it's what I want to do. Yeah. The kind of conversation we had earlier, like I do what make me happy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That money gonna come. I done made a lot of money at one point in time. Sometimes I done made a little bit of money at one point in time. That's not what drives me. That peace and simplicity of what I do, it drives me. So yeah, not having much support outside of family.
Yeah.
At one point in time, did make me be like, all right, are we heading in the right direction or not? Yeah. Another thing with myself too, you know, our age group kind of started social media, but I never really been big on social media. Even though I have a okay following now on social media, I just really seen that as just like one thing that really didn't attract me. But then I learned how to use it as a tool and kind of use it to my advantage. Yeah. And now it's just kind of like, okay, now I get it. So it took me some bumps and bruises, but along the way, like, I never let it make me quit. But social media and kind of just some things I didn't understand at the beginning made me be like, all right, what you want to do? You know what I'm saying?
Truly, that honestly helps me.
Yeah.
Because, man, you're talking about barbering in a small town. Just like there's every church on every corner, it seems like there's a barbershop on every corner. And so that helps me a lot, because I literally had to feel like, like I'm going to grind this out. I come back here and you got people that know you, be like, y'all know I cut hair. You know I'm doing this, but that outside work is not coming in. I'm in a family that's basically majority women.
Yeah.
I cut my dad's hair, but that's every 2 weeks, like every week. So you're talking now, you telling people like, hey, what you do? And then trying to be like, is this still what I'm supposed to be doing?
Right. Yes,
like, is this, like, God, is this really it? Yeah. Because the only people I got right now on my corner is this. And I got to a point, even some weeks ago, it's like, I can go to a whole nother state, do what I'm trying to do right now, and it'll take off. I'm going to blow up.
Right,
the money's going to be there.
Right.
And I'm not going to have to worry about maybe if I need to get another job, while I'm still trying to grind out. And that's still always, like, you use wisdom with that. You're like, hey, this is something I want to do.
Yeah.
But while I'm doing that, I'm a do this right here for right now.
Facts.
And a lot of people sometimes don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's how they give up.
Yep.
Because it's just like, if I can't do this only, then I'm not going to do it.
Facts.
But I always feel like pressure will show a person how sure they are about a thing.
Facts.
It will reveal, it's in there, like, sure, your surety of a thing is come from pressure.
Yep.
So I tell people that all the time. Like, even no matter what you're doing. Now, when combining your faith and your foundation, when do you feel like your relationship with Christ, with God, became real for you? Not just in the church, but out there in the world when you're trying to achieve your goals?
It came real young. My grandmother and mother, they was really big on really leading by example when it came to having faith. They didn't force me to go to church. I didn't go to grandma made us go to church and we stayed with on Sunday night or Saturday nights growing up. But they didn't force us to have to like read the Bible every Sunday and stuff. They kind of let us see it for ourselves. But like I said, they led by example. They are two women of strong faith. And so when I was real young, I'd say probably like around 9 or 10, I had a lot of things I used to pray about as a kid that I saw God bless me with, really. Like, and it wasn't no coincidental stuff or no like happened by chance. It was like really stuff that I was dealing with that a lot of people can't deal with, just being real. So when I was like 10, 9, 10, I started seeing like kind of how strong faith could be. And then I got baptized when I was 13. A lot of people don't even know that. 12 or 13, I got baptized. And my aunt, she my favorite aunt. She passed. She died tragically in a car wreck. But I even remember, like, when I got baptized, seeing her cry and was happy for me. That let me know I was doing the right thing. Because she was, like, in her 40s at the time, mid-40s, and, like, she cared for me that much to be there while I got baptized and bought me some clothes, some mats way to get out of the water with and stuff like that. And my whole family was there while that happened. So that let me know I was moving in the right direction because all these older people were happy for me. You know what I'm saying? So I kept that faith all throughout high school, even though, we mess up. We don't do everything perfect.
Of course.
But kept that faith all throughout high school. College, I had some friends that passed. And kind of wish that didn't happen, you know what I'm saying? But still kept it. And I use it in the professional world too. So I was lucky enough to have a family to allow me to see faith for myself at a young age. You know, some people probably would oppose to that, but I think my family trusted me as a little kid to kind of make the right decisions. And so my faith in God, man, has been strong for decades. for real.
That's what's up. That's actually really good to hear. So when you saying it like that, it brings me to the question, like, was there a moment where God showed up, where you felt like God showed up specifically for you on your journey? Like, you know what? Nah, this was God. Like,
yes.
What was one of those moments where you're just like, yo, like, I knew it was him. This was it. And it was like, I know God is for everybody. We know that. But it's just like where you was like, yo, I was special this day. Like, he really was looking out for me during this path of where I'm on.
Right. It's been quite a few of them, to be honest. There's been quite a few of them. But a funny one, it might be funny to some people, but like, I come from a short family. My mom is 5'3", dad 5'6" on a good day, maybe. And I remember I love basketball so much. And I remember like from the time I probably was like 11 to like 12, 13, I used to pray every day. Lord, please let me get some height. Lord, please let me get some height. Like, dead serious. Like, on my knees and stuff, praying, for real. No lie. Like, I remember it. And so it was kind of like, I was like, man, I'm just going to keep praying. Like, I even looked up, they said Michael Jordan put salt in his shoes. Like, it was just like an old myth back in the day, whatever. So anyways, just praying about it throughout middle school. Still shorter than everybody. Man, I got to like 9th grade, still shorter and stuff. About 10th grade, I started hitting a little growth spurt. 11th grade, started hitting a little growth spurt. And now, I'm not super tall. I'm 6'1.5". And it was like, seeing that I grew and looking around me, nobody in my immediate family is taller than 5'7". You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, dang. Like this ain't no coincidence.
That's God right there.
You know what I'm saying? That's like for real. So I like
that's God right there. Man.
So once I got so that's one. Then like most recently, like so I'm a full-time entrepreneur. Like so I have the facility that I've been doing now for like 12 years, but I'm also my full-time job is I'm a financial advisor, and so I work in Raleigh. And I went to be a full-time advisor, financial advisor back in 2024. Had a lot of people tell me, no, don't do that. Stay in the school system. And just the usual stuff where people think they caring for you. Yeah. And they say, hey, you know what I'm saying, gonna give you some quote-unquote advice. But anyways, once I finished up my first year as an advisor, it made me see, like, I can do this. Like, I can do this. I don't need to have the school system umbrella to make money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So being able to be a full-time entrepreneur and still be able to live comfortably is like a blessing. And I prayed about it before I switched careers. So those are a couple examples of how I know, like, that man upstairs will make it happen for
Oh
me.
yeah, man. God always makes a way. Like truly.
Yep.
I feel like sometimes it's good for us to even be selfish about him. Like
Facts.
although he love people, I'm like, yo, I'm God's favorite.
Oh yeah.
Like the way he be reaching out, be looking out for me
Oh,
when
yeah.
I don't feel
Oh,
it
yeah.
or
Oh,
how
yeah.
to see it. And it always proves too, even what you're saying. You can't listen to everybody. You gotta listen to what you feel like God's specifically telling you to
Yep.
do.
Yep.
Truly only. So back still talking, it still figures around purpose and calling. What did you always know that training was or coaching was your calling?
Yeah, always. It's funny. I think I still have the book here. I might show it to you when we finish the cut today. But always knew it was my calling. When I was 17, in my senior book, they said, "Where will you be at 10 years from now?" And I said, "I'll be in the gym somewhere." And literally 10 years after I graduated, that same day that I wrote in that book, I was in the gym. But I went to college. I played ball in college. I learned some things under some very different style of coaches. I had 2 different head coaches in college, but some good, some bad.
Yeah.
But it made me even get that drive more to say, hey, this is what I want to do for my community. This is what I want to do for kids. So now I'm coaching at the college level, and I'm actually just recruiting this morning before I came here. So learning a lot of different things and knowing my purpose at a young age, it made me be like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna always do.
Oh yeah.
I always tell people, like the people close to me, the worst question to ask me that people, a parent or even a trainee can ask me is, are you still training? I'm always training. The real question is, do you got time?
Yeah.
For real. Because like I'm always gonna do this, whether this building here, whether as long as we got grass on God's green earth, I'm gonna always find a way to help people get better when it comes to that aspect.
I like that a lot.
Yep.
Truly. Now, how would you say you balance being a coach, being a trainer, being a full-time steel worker, a financial advisor, now a new dad?
Yeah.
Like, how do you balance that with being still a man of God, still having a man of faith? And do you feel like it ever collides, or do it all just works together?
It's all in one. And honestly, I put God first. I put my trust in God first, and I just kind of let the ducks fall in the road from there. You know, it's God, family, work. You know, and I know my family not gonna be happy if I don't work, and then I know God ain't gonna be happy if I don't take care of my family and do the things that make me happy. I don't feel like He'd be happy with myself. If God see me drinking and smoking and doing all the wrong things, I don't feel like I'm really pleasing God. You know what I'm saying? So it all go into one. I'm gonna do the things that make me happy. I'm gonna talk to the man upstairs first. But then as I do the things that make me happy, I feel like I'm doing God's work. Like I tell anybody this, I'm not the biggest person in the church right now. I don't even force my kids to say, hey, Christianity is the way. But at the same time, I know that I'm doing God's work. Like I know that I'm out there teaching the next generation. I know I'm doing the right thing by those kids. I'm not out here blatantly giving them bad habits and things like that I've seen coaches do or allow that to happen. So yeah, it all ties in together, to be honest, for myself. And the hardest thing for me when it comes to that is just kind of scheduling. Because I'm a early bird. I wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., but I'm in the bed by 9. So it's like I got to do everything between 7 and really like 5.
Man, you move like the old people, right? But it's discipline. It's discipline.
Right.
Truly discipline.
I got to get everything done between that time, and sometimes I ain't gonna lie, after 5:30, it's like if I didn't do something, I'm like, man, it's a non-negotiable. I got to do it the next day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just kind of how I go, though.
What would you tell? Well, what do you want your athletes or the kids and some of the young adults that you do train that come in here into this gym, or with the teams that you have under you,
Yep.
what do you want them to leave with? Not outside of just success in their craft, but when it comes to their faith, when they leave out of here, when they come in here and they leave out, what do you want them to take hold to?
Um, all things is possible
Mm-hmm.
through Christ Jesus, honestly, and I feel like I want all athletes to have that mental mindset to know, like, I got to put God first. You know what I'm saying? No matter what battle I'm going through, whether this coach over here is not playing me or whether my mom is not cooperating with my schedule and if I got basketball practice, bring me to practice, just like pray about it.
Oh, yeah.
Just pray about it and leave it in God's hand. You just do your thing while you're here on earth. Do the right thing while you're here on earth. Don't be disrespectful. Don't bash the person who not doing the thing you want to do. Just keep your faith in God, and I promise you it'll work out for you.
That's it.
Like really, like time is the greatest teacher, and like it's been plenty of times where something didn't work out for me for a couple of days, couple of weeks, even a couple of months. But like a year or two later, I'm like, Dad, I'm kind of glad this happened this way. So yeah, just keep God first, and it'll all really work out for you.
Oh, yeah. Now we're going to get to, I like to call it testimony time, as where, and this is more so just being as transparent as possible. Well, not too much where it reveals and mess you up, but it's one of those, like, if you could go back and tell 16-year-old Daniel one thing about who God was going to make you to be right now, what would you say?
Hey, stay the course, Daniel. Don't fall off. Don't let none of the distractions, you know what I'm saying, overcome you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let none of the voices overtake you, and be yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like 16-year-old Daniel would definitely be proud of where I'm at today too. So yeah, that's something I tell my younger self, man. And just try to make sure that if I could talk to myself, be transparent as possible. Tell them that it's gonna be a lot of bad, but it's gonna be more good than bad. So just brace yourself, and you'll be good.
I like that. I like that.
Yep. Get ready for the ride.
Get ready for the ride. That's it.
Yep, for real.
And then, what is a testimony that, or a story that you don't tell often, that sometimes you'd be like, if you only knew, but you feel like in this dispensation of time, with how life is, with what's going on, that you feel like somebody needs to know. That young lady, that young boy, shoot, sometimes even that older person is just going through, because sometimes if people count us out, being young. But what do you say to those people?
Man,
what's that testimony?
Something, man, I probably never even said this out loud, but like something I say to those people, especially the people that's gonna be viewing this and don't know me or never even heard of Daniel Humphrey, D Hump Trains, whatever. Like, I've coached over like 1,200 athletes. I've had like over 8 or 9 specific camps for youth sports. I've been an athletic director for over 4 years. I've been a high school coach for over 4 or 5 years. So that's just a little bit about who I am, what I do. But with all that said, with all that experience that I've just gave you, I've been to like 7 head coaching interviews for varsity sports. That's one thing in my journey that I try to set out to be a varsity head coach. I've been to 7 interviews, and I've never gotten a head coaching job. So I'm 0 for 7 from the field. If I look at it like a basketball player, peripheral, I ain't never made a shot. You know what I'm saying? And like, I've had principals. Literally, this is no lie. I had a principal. Actually, I stay like 8 minutes away from the school that this principal told me is. He said, "Man, I knew when you walked through that door, you weren't gonna be my next head coach." That's the first words he said to me. Then he said, "I'm only gonna give you this interview because of your recommendation. Who gave it to you?" He said, "Just because you drove from St. Paul's, I'm gonna let you stay here for 10 minutes. If you got anything to say, you can say it now." That's the first things he said to me. Then also too, at my high school, I helped that high school as a coach, as an assistant coach. I trained those players. I helped those players get to college. I helped those players win conference championships. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy who was ahead of me, respectfully, whenever he left, he went on to a better job. I wasn't no longer working at the school, but when that job opening came open, I went for that job opening.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, everybody in this small community just knew I should have got the job.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have got a job. I prayed about it, wish I got it. They passed me up. So with all that said, I've been passed up 7 different times. I just always knew I had the opportunity, and I said this is gonna be the one. I was always prepared. I feel like I was prepared, but what's crazy, even crazier, like we said that testimony with God, like after every single one of those jobs, I look back a year later from that interview, and I'm always in a better spot. A year later, and it's crazy. Like the most recent one, like I said it it was 2 most recent ones. It's crazy, but I ain't gonna call out no school names or nothing like that. But literally, I look back at myself, and this is just a little monetary flex, but money wise, I made almost like way more than what I made the year prior.
Oh yeah.
So it was like, okay, money wise, that would have put me in a stranglehold if I would have went in that job. Or family wise, like my most recent job that I went for last year in 2025 for a head coach's job, I didn't get it. But now I got the best blessing that ever came to me, my son. And I'm able to be with him every single day.
Yeah.
If I would have took that job
Be missing out
and
on
been
moments.
busy, I would have been missing out on every moment. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, God got him a serious way of working, man. So if you out there struggling, you out there thinking like, hey, this ain't working for me, look back a year later.
Oh yeah.
And be like, where can you have been at? You know what I'm saying? So that's one of my testimonies. Never said out loud, but that's just really what's really going on with me. I'm not a talker. Like I don't even, the most I do, I comment facts. So 100, that's 100 on somebody Instagram post. Like I don't even be on Instagram talking and stuff like that. But I just kind of let stuff happen and I let God do his work.
Yeah.
And I'm always be blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'm always be blessed.
Yeah, there's always this scripture. I tell people in the Bible, it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and then all these things will be added to you.
Yep.
That you abide in me, my word abide in you. Whatever you ask, it happens. Nice. And then sometimes people get frustrated when they are doing that and it doesn't happen for them.
Right.
You know, but sometimes it is. When I wake up in the morning, when I'm talking to God, I thank God for the doors open and I thank him for the doors that were closed.
Yep.
Like truly, because if it's for me, it's going to be for me. And a lot of times people get discouraged about a thing. I try not to let what I want when I don't get it to discourage me, because it's like, God, there's something greater.
Yep.
There's something better. It's just like how you said, like, yo, I came up financially better.
Yep.
You know, just staying discourse.
Yep.
And a lot of people, they get frustrated with that. It's like part of me, like when it came down, when I came back, I was like, yo, I'm just going to go work in a barbershop. And then I wasn't feeling God telling me that. So I was just like, well, I need money now. Like I done spent all this money trying to move back.
Yep.
I'm going through all of this. And although my mom taught me well about savings and stuff, I ain't broke. But you know, when it comes down to a point when you're ready to make that money and make something shake, you want to still know that you're secure.
Yeah.
And on time, I kept hearing God say, I got you. Yeah. Just stay the course. Just do what I told you to do. And I like that. I like that testimony, because sometimes people don't know how many, they see your story, they see your glory, and they don't know your story. They don't know what's going on. They don't know how many no's you got just to get to that one yes. So it's always still a great pleasure. And that's how God works, truly. But that is something that you have to stay the course, for real. So on it, because I don't think we talked about it in our first part of the interview. When is the gym open? What are the hours?
It's really kind of on demand. More so, I use it seasonally, because most, like 80% of athletes I train are in school. So I mean by that is like during the year, we really just mainly here Tuesday through Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday during the school year, between the hours of 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. But in the summertime, we here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday and Sundays from 9 a.m. to 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Saturdays and Sundays, and then Tuesday through Thursday, 9 a.m. until 6 p.m.
All right.
Yep.
Man, like I tell you, I appreciate you actually sitting with me, having a talk. I know this is gonna bless somebody, more than just somebody. But it is always people's like say you got to know somebody's story to get it. But y'all, until next time, it is faith, love, God, family, and everything else. Gotta handle the rest.